Hello, my wonderful colleagues. Today I am overjoyed to share with you this excellent, high-quality teaching resource that integrates the NESA Year 7 to 10 music syllabus and the ACARA cross-curriculum priorities seamlessly. Sounds too good to be true, right? Wrong. Let me be a little more specific. Outcome 4.11 in the NESA Year 7 to 10 music syllabus requires that students demonstrate an appreciation, tolerance, and respect for the aesthetic value of music as an art form. The focus of this outcome is on music as an art form, a broad term which can be integrated easily into a variety of contexts, including giving a voice to Indigenous knowledges, histories, and perspectives. An art form, as defined by Oxford Languages, is any activity regarded as a medium of imaginative or creative self-expression. This creative self-expression allows Indigenous artists to portray their culture's knowledges, histories, and perspectives through their music. Well, what's this resource, I hear you beg? 1 second. There's a few key issues that need to be considered when choosing an appropriate teaching resource. As Indigenous cultures centre heavily around the concept of a spiritual connection to the physical land they live on, it's essential that explicit reference to the land that we're on right now is made. Thus, a consideration for an audiovisual resource would be to leave room for local Indigenous knowledges to be shared. Also, an audiovisual resource with a deficit discourse should be avoided. As Ford says, if dominant notions of Aboriginal identity are still tied to philosophical underpinnings generated during the colonial era, effective policy development and societal relations will be similarly constrained. Such societal relations include in the classroom, where if students aren't told otherwise, they will believe the deficit discourse of the generation that raised them. The audiovisual resource that I have chosen is a couple of songs by Brewarrina rapper Dobby. The first song is called Language is in the Land, and it tells of the illegal irrigation plan that pumped 2 Sydney harbours worth of water from Brewarrina to Menindee, causing the death of over 2 million fish. Organising Idea 2 of ACARA's cross-curriculum priorities states that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities maintain a special connection to and responsibility for country/place. Dobby recognises this responsibility that his people have and actively speaks out against the injustice that has been done to the Brewarrina land. This expression of the anger he feels is a form of self-expression. Thus the song is an art form, which means that it successfully fulfills the resource criteria for the outcome. Magic, right? But wait, there's more. Organising Idea 6 states that Indigenous people demonstrate resilience in responding to historic and contemporary impacts of invasion. The second song is called I Can't Breathe, and it addresses the ongoing struggle for black rights in America, as well as bringing attention to similar issues here in Australia with Indigenous people. Dobby highlights the historic impacts of invasion through his lyric, "First came the massacres, then came the mission, then stole the children, then filled the prison." Then he addresses the contemporary impacts of invasion with, "No wonder our people don't trust the system. Over 400, not one conviction," which refers to the over 400 Indigenous lives that have been lost to the hands of police since 1991, with no convictions of police officers at all. Addressing the key issue mentioned earlier of leaving room for local Indigenous knowledges, students can take the ideas found in the songs, for example, that Indigenous people are spiritually and intellectually connected to the land, and collaboratively research to find out stories that the local Indigenous peoples have about where the names of their plants and animals came from. In regards to the issue of deficit discourse, there is no deficit discourse in the songs of Dobby. He recognises in the beginning of I Can't Breathe that they want me to hate myself, degrade, dismiss, and erase myself, but he says this in defiance, not in acceptance. I hope you've been able to see just how seamless this resource integrates the curriculum and cross-curricular priorities.